This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot going down right now.
And of course, you know, we like to start things off with a dope ill talk discussion. And for that discussion today, recently, Akademiks was on Everyday Struggle breaking down YNW Melly murder situation, because, you know, for those that don't know, YNW is locked up on murder. And Akademiks went into description saying, you know, that a lot of our favorite artists keep getting locked up, and he feel like it's due to the drill influence. So I'm going to play that clip for you guys so y'all can check it out and see what he had to say.
I do have a theory. Listen, again, there has been violence talked about just in the span of hip-hop overall. But I think these days, it's not only a push to talk about it, it's almost you have to really be about it. And I don't want to blame independent artists or individual artists, but I think the drill music did it to all these. Like, I can name 10 artists right now who's sitting in jail, and drill music was the influence, because drill music gave that false sense of belief that you could just commit a crime up to murder and like it's all good.
That was what Akademiks had to say about drill music, how, you know, he feel like drill culture is what's pretty much influencing a lot of these artists to go down the wrong path. So let's get that conversation started. And I mean, we could start with Pretty Riot.
Say that music and hip hop been violent before drill music. That's just how I want to start that conversation off, because I didn't like the fact that Akademiks was trying to make like we birthed that shit. It been like, you go back to NWA, they were saying F the police, you know what I'm saying? Like, that started a very violent era in hip hop. Mm-hmm. So that's really the birth of it. So we're not going to sit and blame Chicago for doing what rappers before them did. It's just the fact that Chicago did it in a way that made it catch fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put their own little sauce on it and it caught a wave. But drill music is not the epitome of, I don't know, like, all things bad about hip-hop. Like, that's not where it started, so don't try to blame it now. Because older dudes been rapping about it. They've been rapping about shit that's going on in the hood. Like, just because the young kids doing it in a way that more people register with doesn't mean that it ain't already been done before them.
I agree on that, because I was just telling Jones in the car, I'm like, man, NWA been, you know,
it's gangster rap. You know what I mean? Gangster rap. It's just I don't know what it is with New York cats. They just act like none of their artists just was grimy and wasn't talking the same talk that every rapper from another coast or another region has done. You feel me? Don't act like everybody from New York is conscious.
Let's talk about like Casanova isn't a good example.
Casanova.
Where you from, blood? You know, all that.
ODB.
Yeah.
ODB. Look, it's just the thing of it is, like, dude, like, how out of all people have something to say when you rove the backs of every artist from Chicago to get where you at, and you have not put one of them in a position to win.
Mm-hmm. Every artist he put in position is now one artist from Chicago. He just downplayed all of our artists, make his bread, get his audience up,
and he promote other artists from New York
that have our style.
What you think? You feel me?
And then let's actually go a little deeper into it too. A lot of y'all may not know, but Akademiks has an alter ego called Little AK.
He's such a lame, like, he's just such a.
I can't wait.
He's such a cloud chaser, bro. Like, I honestly have no respect for Akademiks. Like, on Everyday Struggle, he's just boring. He just says any and everything just for the purpose of saying stuff. So, like, when I saw him make this comment, I'm like, you always got something to say about Chicago.
Always.
You always got Chicago in your mouth. I really want him to stop dick riding us.
I just got out of Twitter jail. You feel me? I just got out of Twitter jail. I did 12. Whole 12 hours. You feel me? When I catch them. On a pair of these.
Like, I don't know if he sees this.
Just
on a pair of these.
Just don't be like Lil Reese. You know, don't
look.
Is it Lil Reese?
Look, Reese. Look, Reese. You let a lot. Like, I looked at you as like one of the last Mohicans. Like, you was a rare breed like myself. For you to sit down with somebody who disrespected our culture more than once, you feel me? Not only did he disrespect our culture, he never brought anything to it. He used us to get where he was trying to go. Not one time. That's what. Shout out to Vic Mensa, because when he got on that platform, out of all the artists who ever got in his face, he's the only one that actually spoke up and was the voice for everybody who couldn't get up there. You feel me? So that's what I was looking for from Reese. I wasn't looking for you to beat him up, but at least put him in his place to let him know, like, what you're doing is disrespectful to the city and to everybody that's here. You feel me? Akademiks used to post up dead people, dead rappers,
all on his shine. He
made
it escalate more. He made situations.
How they take all these pictures with these guns and still be getting killed? Like, he's uploading gang member pictures, finding their pictures and doing a whole documentation.
I feel like he's infatuated with the part of him that he'll never be.
Look,
because like you said,
he's a culture vulture.
Lil AK.
You're talking about Lil AK.
And what does Lil for those that don't know about Lil AK? My man's went and bought some fake dreads, put it on his head, got some fake tattoos all over his face. You when you look at it, you don't even know it's Akademiks.
When you text me the picture, I'm like, who is this?
In the group chat, we like,
who's that? Who is buddy?
This is not Akademiks that be sitting on Everyday Struggle looking like the Tom and Jerry mouse.
Yes, and he's promoting his single with 6ix9ine. Don't even know the name.
And first of all, so are they in a relationship or? Because I swear I've never seen a grown man be so concerned about another grown man the way Akademiks is concerned about 6ix9ine. Like, it's pretty sick if you ask me.
My thing is too, like with drill music, it's a culture. You feel me? And and with 6ix9ine, he disrespected the culture,
the whole culture.
He disrespected that culture. So now that he's in jail, Akademiks don't have nothing to lean on. You know what I mean? To keep him relevant anymore. So now he has to do the dumb stuff on the internet to get likes. He has to mention Chirac, Chicago.
Because he knows
he has to mention Chicago and everything he said, because that's the only way he's gonna click and start controversy. He know we gonna react, but why you keep doing it if you're not promoting no artists? How many artists there are that you probably seen tags and music? You could easily be like, y'all need to go check him out. He's a good dude out of Chicago. Check him out. His music good. You have the power to change these little shorties' lives out here.
And he's not
with your platform
doing it.
You feel me? My thing is, drill music to me, you know what I mean, is what trap music is now. You know what I mean? People wasn't trapping in 2001. People wasn't trapping in 2002. People didn't start trapping until like 2007, 2006.
People was trapping, but they weren't making music about them trapping.
You feel me?
This is the like that's what I want people to understand, is that whether they talking about trapping, whether they talking about killing somebody, like this is hood chronicles. Like, this is stuff that's been happening in the hood. Music was just not accessible as it once was. Now anybody could literally go and start making music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as music became more accessible, then they were able to talk about what they really doing all day. It's really trapping. That shit didn't start in 2007.
But what I'm saying is, when they got here, they was trapping down in Atlanta heavy, probably, and down south heavy. But up here we was tipping. That was our word. We had our own slang. When people was talking about trapping, I ain't trap. You know what I mean? It was a different lingo, different slang, different terms we was using for it.
But if it was the same thing, then
once trapping became a worldwide thing, that's when everybody embraced it. Drill is the same thing, but we not embracing it no more. We not embracing it.
It's like people look at it as
a negative. You feel me? At one point, we looked at trapping as a negative. You feel me? But now it's popular. Everybody's making trap music. People in Cali making trap music. People in New York, Eskimo, and Alaska is making trap music.
Because I've known trap music to come from Atlanta.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? That's
we
what
all
trap
do. But
music
everybody's making niggas in Chicago's making trap music.
Yeah.
But like, my thing is, you can't make trap music because you're not even speaking the trap lingo at the same time. You're speaking the Chicago lingo, which is the reason for me to make this playlist. If you listen to this playlist, you hear Chicago music way before the word drill even came along. But what they talking the same thing. They talking the same thing. We got to embrace our culture.
Now, let's actually talk about how has drill affected hip hop.
Big time.
Go ahead and start it off, Joe.
Big time. When you have rappers like 50 Cent promoting guys like Bobby Shmurda, you got Bobby Shmurda, you got 6ix9ine, you got people wanting Young Chop beats. That was nothing in here. You got people want Young Chop beats. French Montana at one point was sounding just like us. You feel me? It's a lot of artists from TK's to the Melly Buddy.
to Smurda. You know what I'm saying?
Smurda, 6ix9ine, and these just are two artists from New York. They won't promote our music, but they're gonna promote them. You feel me? Why? Why do they get more light shined on them for doing what we're doing? For the why would a copycat get more shine than the original?
Bruh, and that's what hurt the most. Like, we created the drill era.
The sound, the lingo, Tatiana.
Exactly, and for us not to gain revenue from what we created and see everybody else flourish off that, something ain't right, man.
I blame the big homies, the ones that came before us who still have power, who's still in the business. But I had a DJ with a big name tell me straight up. This was 2 years ago, and I told you about this. He told me, I don't want to touch nothing with drill on it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to touch it when it's only beneficial. See, a lot of excuse my language, but a lot of motherfuckers riding waves but don't like the water. You feel me? And that's the problem. Everybody want to be a part of something that's beneficial, but they don't really fuck with it. And that's where it's at. That's the problem. You got people in these high places and high positions who only doing it because it's making noise now.
Beneficial.
It's making noise now. We gonna rock with Lil Osama because he making noise now.
But at first they wasn't rocking.
They knew he was buzzing before he even hit Atlanta. You feel me? They knew he hit the city before he hit New York. But now he got 1 million views here and there, and people calling you asking them about him. Oh, this your little homie. This your man. You want to book him at the structures. You want to take him to be live now. No, you supposed to been throwing them bread.
Wasn't it a time like our major stations stopped playing, like boycotted drill?
Put the guns down.
Yeah, to put the guns down.
But how can you say that and turn around play Moneybag Yo and Black Youngster shooting on sight?
That's
how y'all playing that and y'all look, come on, man, shake something. You gonna play shake something right after you say that, but you're not playing our own music. Look how long it took them to play Slide.
Bruh.
Look how long it took them to play Slide, G. That's power.
He like, I'm done.
Man,
I'm done. But look, the thing is, the biggest thing is drill has affected the hip hop in a huge way. If you notice, a lot of these artists that's getting on now, their favorite artist is from our city. It took 6ix9ine, one of his first interviews, he said, Rondo number 9, Chief Keef, all of them inspired him. It's so many artists that say that these people inspire them.
Rondo number 9 had Bruno Mars in his DMs
before he got locked up.
Bruno Mars was in his DMs, bro. It's big. Shorty was about to what? It's crazy, bro. Chicago has the most. We had the most influence in the city, and this goes back to Sam Cooke. This goes back to Sam Cooke, Quincy Jones. Like, we always been the shit.
Now, I want to say this before we get into a commercial break. Though drill has, influenced hip hop in a way to generate revenue, do not let drill affect your mental state and affect you as a person in the wrong way. Though the music can be negative, don't listen to it to go do something you wouldn't want to do. Don't let that influence you to do something you wouldn't want to do. And that's what I look like. That's what I take it as. What's his name? I just missed his name. God damn it. Homie. DJ Akademiks. But you can't. That's what Akademiks was trying to say.
But you say that, then you could just blame everybody that's been locked up in the past 10, 15 years that sell drugs. You could blame that. Oh, they listen to trap music.
I'm not.
But I'm saying
I'm not blaming the music on there.
I'm talking about him. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you gonna blame us for people going to jail for doing violence, because then you have to say everybody that's trapping.
You can't blame that on music,
exactly.
though. That's my point.
Like, you can't do that.
On music.
You can't.
Like, that shit been in our culture.
People have these characteristics already. Like, you in the streets, you're gonna do street stuff. It comes with the territory. Now, if you're from the suburbs and you doing dumb shit, that's just on you.
Never mind, I'm not even gonna get into that.
No, speak your mind.
I ain't gonna get into that.
No, speak.
Because I had that whole. I feel like that's a whole different conversation, though. So I'm not gonna go there.
Music in a mental state.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I thought we was talking about today, but y'all just took it completely.
I'm just saying because he tweaked out when he did that. You can't blame Chicago for buddying them going to jail.
At the end of the day, that's their
decision.
That's his choice.
To be honest,
so that's why I said
what I really think it is that I just think that it's a way for Black people or just people in the hood in general, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's just their way to cope. Like, period, point blank, at the end of the day, like, We never want to have that conversation that it's not about music. It's not about the influences you see on TV. It's about what's really going on right there in front of us. These niggas got PTSD, and this is the only way that they know how to talk about it is in the music. And like I said, it is. And like I said earlier, it's more accessible. Anybody can go make music now, so everybody's able to tell their story. So it seems as though, oh, well, it was being oversaturated with the same type of content, but this is really the lives that these people are leading. And we tell people to seek therapy, and we tell people to deal with that in the way that you know how, and guess what? Music is the way they know how.